Hello everyone, you're hello, welcome back to my channel. So in today's tutorial, I'm going to be learning how to make this side pleated pants trouser. So I made it as two-piece with this beautiful top you're seeing, and I already have a tutorial of this top on my channel. Okay, I have a tutorial of this top, how I made this top from the cutting to the stitching, like everything about the top. I already have a tutorial, and I made this for two siblings, like for two individuals. Okay, so I made the yellow one and I made the blue one. So the pant trouser for the blue one is what I am going to be sharing with you how I made it. And like I said, is a side gathered pant trouser, or side pleated pant trouser. This pant trouser is very beautiful, and this is one of the things you should recreate. So like I said, the top is already on my channel, so go watch it if you have not done so. So I have this fabric here, and is a flowered fabric, and it's 3 yards. Yes, 3 yards. So this styles will take 3 yards or 3.5 or even 4 for someone that has body small. Okay, so but this one I am making it for 3 yards. I am making it with 3 yards, sorry. And note that the person that I'm making this for is smaller than my size. Okay, so if you're making it for someone like my size, you should be needing 3.5 yards if you want it to come out very well, or 4. So the first thing I'm going to do now is to get this fabric folded into two. Yes, we are going to be drafting the front part first, and after which we'll go over to the back part. Like I said, this is a side pleated pant trouser, and it's so gorgeous, it's so beautiful. Okay, I am telling you this because I have it, and anytime I wear it, I get a lot of compliments from people. In fact, the my client that reached out to me to make this for her is because she saw me wearing mine. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is to measure the length. After I was done making my fold, I folded into two, and I am marking the length of my pant trouser. So note that this length involves my hemming allowance, and I also subtracted my band allowance from this measurement. Okay, so if you're going to be adding band like me, you just have to subtract your band allowance, right? So after that, I went on to place my tape on the part that will be serving as the waist part. I measured my hip line, I measured my crotch line, and what I'm measuring now is my knee line. Okay, then like I said, I already have the length, which also consists of the hemming allowance. So I went on to label here as waist. I have my hip, I have my crotch, I have my knee. Then down there is my length. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to do is to start marking other lines. So now the first thing I am going to do is to divide my hip circumference by 4. Okay, I'm dividing my hip measurement, that is my round hip measurement, into 4. Then I am going to add 1 inch to whatever I get after dividing into 4. Do you understand? And this fold now, I after folding this, I have about up to 5 inches extra, and that is too much for the front part since it doesn't have allowance. So what I did is that I reduced it to have like 3 inches or 3.5. Okay, so like I said, I divided my hip circumference by 4, and after dividing it, what I got, I added extra 1 inch allowance to it. Like for example, if your hip circumference divided by 4 is 10, you're going to add 1 inch to that 10, making it 11, and that is where you're going to mark all the way from the waist down to where you label as your crotch line. That is exactly what I did, and I am going to be using 2 inches for my crotch extension. So placing my tape here, I marked 2 inches, and here I come up 1 inch, and I'm just going to make my curve with my free hand like this. Do you see it? Note that when I was done making this pant trouser, I did not have any issue. Like there was no adjustment, there was no complaint for this pant trouser. Okay, so that is one reason why you need to pay attention to what I'm doing, and remember to measure, take all your measurement properly. So now after marking that, I measure from the folded part to that particular line where I mark my 2 inches crotch extension, and I took the measurements down to get our working space. Now after that, I now mark the midpoint, okay, the midpoint of this folded space where you're seeing, from where you're seeing a straight chalk down to the folded part, I divided into two and I'm marking on the center, that is the midpoint. Do you understand that? So after marking on the center, which is the midpoint, the next thing I did is I placed my tape on this crotch line to get my dart. So my dart is my nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2, right? That is what I mark. Then I am going to mark my dart length. That is how deep, or the length of my dart now. So I am marking 3.5 inches. That's what I'm using for the depth of my dart, and that is what you see me mark right now. Okay, so after doing that, the next thing I did is to go in and out of this line by half of an inch, just the same way we normally do when we're making our regular basic bodies, right? And I connected. Now since this is a free pant trouser, I just came in on both line by half of an inch. It's a free pant trouser, and to think that it has pleats on the side is another thing that made it more free, and trust me, it's very gorgeous. So after marking the half inch on both line, I went on to connect it to the crotch extension. Then I also measured down 3 inches and came in by half of an inch to eliminate excess fabric around there, which is a common problem with like a very free pant trouser. So in order to eliminate zipper bulge excess fabric around your crotch line, this is what I normally do. So another thing I did is I placed my tape on the waistline and I came down by about 5 inches, right? So after that, I proceeded to connect it like this. You see the way I'm connecting to that 5 inches. So that is exactly what I did. Okay, so that is, are you seeing the way I'm connecting it, right? So if you want, you can still take it down. You can make it 5.5 inches or 6, okay? But I don't think you should take it it should go up more than this, okay? So that is what you see me doing here. And the next thing I'm going to do now is to confirm all my measurements. As you can see, that's what you see me doing here. I'm confirming all my measurements. Then on the waist, I am adding my elastic on the waist, and that's why you see that I am not touching the waist part. Okay, then here I am shaping the pant trouser to the upper part because we are still going to use this part to cut out, but it's not really necessary. Shaping the other side is not necessary. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is to cut out, and after I was done cutting out, the next thing we are going to do is to draft the back part and cut out as well. Okay, so if you're coming across my channel for the first time, my name is Mercy and this is Mercy Posh Stitches. I drop sewing tutorials here, pant trouser, dress, should be styles, any kind of style you can think of. That's why I drop here. And my styles are classic, they are up to date, and they are trendy. These are the kind of style I drop here. Okay, so I'm going to proceed to cutting out, and like I said, I'll just go ahead and cut out. Okay, so after cutting out, I'm going to be showing you the next thing we are going to be doing. So if you're watching this video and you have not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit on the subscribe button, because if you don't do that, you're going to be missing a lot of tutorials that I'm going to be dropping. Yes, like I said, my tutorials are trendy. My tutorials are trendy tutorials, like they are based on trendy styles, and you're going to be missing out on new styles, trendy styles, if you don't subscribe to my channel. Right, I was not cutting, and this is what I have, and I'm going to keep this one, and I'm going to fold this one. So first of all, let me notch the that line. It is very important. So I went on to notch it, and I folded another fabric into two and placed this on it. Now if you're thinking why did she not cut it on paper, will this not consume fabric? Yes, you are right, I should have cut it on paper, but then that is not like it makes no difference, because I have cut before on paper, and at the end when you place it on fabric, you see that that size that is going off, you still cut it out, right? So after placing on that fabric, I went on to extend the crotch line and the knee line to the new fabric, and I still extended the crotch line with 2 inches, and also marked 2 inches round to form the crotch back. Now if you notice, you see that this upper part is higher than the back part, is higher than the front part, and that is because I went up 1 inch on the crotch part of the back part. Then I came in on the waist side, on the hip side of the front part. Do you see when I came in 1 inch here? That is what I'm marking here. I came in 1 inch. Do you see it? That is what I'm marking. I went in 1 inch. Right, so I'm going to use my ruler now to connect the 1 inch I went up on the crotch line of the back to the 1 inch I came in on the hip line of the back. Do you see it now? Then I'm extending my crotch curve. Now like I said, I used 2 inches for this crotch curve for the back to make the back crotch depth very shallow, because it's not supposed to be as deeper as the front. Now because this is already a free pan trouser, I went on to add my allowance on the hip line, just 1 inch allowance. This allowance is basically for overlocking, okay, to have allowance to overlock, okay. And I took that 1 inch down, 1 inch, okay, because it's already free. So you're making a very fitted pan trouser, you might want to leave up to 1.5 inches or 2 allowance in case of, ease, right? So this is what I have, and I'm extending the dart line into the back part area. Okay, like I was saying, so if you're cutting on paper, it's still going to be the same thing. It's still going to be the same thing because I have tried it. So don't think that cutting on paper, as long as this style is concerned, it will still, give you similar results, because I've tried both. I've tried on paper, and now I'm trying on the main fabric. In fact, I've tried on the main fabric before this, okay, because the green pant trouser, the one you saw, the top of the mannequin, I used freehand and it worked. Then my own, the one I made for myself, I used paper pattern to cut it, and it's still the same thing. Okay, so like I said, it's the same thing. So I am now cutting out. So this particular part I'm cutting out is the part that I'm telling you that even if you place it on paper, in order to get the exact shape, you will still have this excess fabric here removed. Do you understand? So I went on to cut out the back part, and I will still notch that line of this back part like this, and I'm going to open it up now, see what we have, and I'll tear this place open as well. Okay, so this is what I have, and the next thing I'm going to do is to bring the fabric back again, and we're going to be cutting the side. Okay, that side, right? That is what I'm going to be showing you how to cut it now. So I brought this remaining part of the fabric and I folded it into 4. Like I first of all folded into 2 and I refolded. You see it? You fold into 2. Okay, you fold into 2, then you further divide that folding again like this. Do you understand? So now it's into 2 and I'm folding it again, making it into 4 fold. So I'm trying to arrange the fabric properly, and like I said, the amount of fabric you have will determine how full the pleat on the side is going to be, right? So now this particular one on where that we remove from the side, I am going to place it here and remove exactly the shape we have there. So this is the easiest method that you can use. This is just the very easiest method. So I'm going to trace the shape we have here. So I'm tracing out the shape. That's exactly what I'm doing here. I just trace the shape into the 4 folded fabric, and this is what I have. Can you see it? Can you see? So this is what I have, and I am making sure that the fabrics are equal, they are well arranged, so that I don't have any issue when I am joining them. Okay, so you see what I have now. You see this place is closed, so that place has to be very closed, and where you're getting this shape should be the part that is already pieces, like is already have already open edge already, right? So I am going to cut out, and after cutting out I'm going to show you what we have. So this one will fold into into four. When we open it, we're going to have two of this. So one is going to be for one side, the other one is going to be for the other side. So I'll set this one aside. I'm going to open this particular upper part that is still folded. I'm going to slit it open, right? So after that, the next thing I am going to do is I am going to start sewing, right? So I didn't really drop the sewing tutorial, but I'm going to explain to you how to go about it. So you're going to go ahead and sew your darts for the front and the back and all of that. Then you're going to join the crotch line and the all other parts. You're going to join. Then the remaining part that is on the side of the waist, you join them using your hip measurement. The side of the waist and hip, you join them. Then you pleat this one like this. Then as you pleat, you're going to ensure that you measure here after joining. Okay, you measure here because this one is going to stay here. So you are going to ensure that the pleats will contain this part. Okay, do you see this part now? That is where this place ends. So you're going to make your pleats, and after making your pleats, it should fit into this part like this, and that is all. So thank you so much for watching, and I wish to see you some other time. Bye.